Hello my little geeks and freaks, welcome back to my book bowl challenge where I will go through a massive bowl of books and hopefully not lose my sanity in the process. This book is called Fire Night, which is the final installment of the Devil's Night series. It's not part of the main series, it is a novella. It's like book, I think they called it book 4.5 or something. So yeah, but it is the last. It's a very quick read since it is a novella. And it is a huge time jump after Nightfall. We see that the family has expanded. It's not just the horsemen and their wives, it's the horsemen, the wives, their children. Lots of children, very much lots of children. Everyone has kids. They have their own struggles, they have their own insecurities, but they all still come together. They are a family, they are closer than ever. They work together, they raise their kids together, you know, very close. And they've created a new holiday tradition. It's called Fire Night. It's before Christmas. And the adults get to have a ball and get to enjoy themselves and, you know, enjoy being adults. And the kids get to go on a treasure hunt throughout Thunder Bay to find, to win a prize. Unfortunately, on this Fire Night, enemies from the past come forth and put the gang through hell. What better way to put somebody through hell than to go after their children? It's vile, it's disgusting, I hate it, I have children so that makes me angry, but that is what they did. When two of the children are taken, and they're in danger, the gang has to come together, leave behind the festivities, and go find their children, save them, and take out the threat. And during this, we do see, from all of the horsemen's perspectives throughout the book, during this you kind of get to see their struggles and hear their struggles. You know, they all have different insecurities and they're all struggling with the situation. They're kind of struggling with their thoughts about how the life they live. You know, was this a good idea to keep living the way that they do, to be in power, to enjoy life, to not just be a normal person? Is it a good idea if it leads them and if it leads their children to be in danger? Unfortunately, they've already started this life. There's no going back. Their parents started this life. There was really no choice for them to be anything but in a position of power. They're just in a position of power where they took out the corrupt ones and now they are taking over. And they're always going to have enemies. If they stop now and go into hiding, they're just going to be paranoid the rest of their lives. They're training their kids to be able to protect themselves. They're training themselves to be able to protect themselves. This is really the only option they have, and I don't think they should feel guilty about it. Why should they be miserable just so other people can be less dangerous or calm? When the children are saved, more concern arises within some of the parents, but they all, I guess, like I said, they all have to realize that they're raising their kids to be strong, and they can't hide. They have to let them live. They have to let them do their own thing. And they have to live as well. If people come after them, they just have to be ready. Is the cost too great? Maybe, but it's already begun. The only thing they can do now is just be prepared. I enjoyed the novella, but I honestly felt like it ended in a way that could have left the author able to create more books in the universe with the children's perspective. But when I looked it up to see if that was ever happening, the author said that that's not gonna happen, which makes me kind of sad. But it's also like, you know what? It's a completed story. That's okay. It was still a really good read, and I'm glad I got to read it and enjoy it, even if there is no more. Like I said, I do like that it's a short story, that it just added more to the characters and to their development and to their personalities, and that we got to see each of the horsemen's point of views and their thoughts, and their insecurities as parents and everything, and their struggles to save their children. It was really interesting to see all of that. You know, they're not just these confident, feels like no one can touch them kind of people. They are very powerful, but like, you know, they have their own things that weigh them down too. Makes them a little bit more human. I think my favorite part of the book is when we get to Mads' point of view. Mads is Kai's son. I like seeing his thoughts. He's different from the other kids, so it's nice to see his thoughts. You know, I kind of feel bad for him, but I kind of also like him as a character. Which is what made me really want there to be more in the universe. But that's okay, I'm not complaining, I swear. I get why she won't do it. I guess I'm just a little spoiled these days. Anyway, that is, you know, how I felt about the book. I really did like the series. I enjoyed it. Yes, there were times where it was a bit slow. As I mentioned, you know, the beginning would be a bit harder to get through or slower to get through, and then it would start all rushing through, and before you know it, you're like in the middle of it. I'm okay with that. I still enjoyed the read. I still like the series. I'm glad I got to read it, and I think you guys would like to read it too. If you're into dark romance books, this series might be for you. There are definitely trigger warnings. I would say that this, you should really check your trigger warnings before reading them. There's a lot of things that most people won't be a fan of, so it is dark romance for a reason. So I would check it out if you're into that kind of thing, and let me know what you think of the series. Comment below, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell to be informed anytime I post a new video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.